Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe with my day after thoughts. Yesterday, the Carolina Panthers took on the Los Angeles Rams and were victorious. So this is the day where I talk about some more in depth on that game. But I'm going to change it up a little bit today. I want to talk more about what to expect the second half of the season because we're officially done with the first half. Carolina's 3-5, and now they're going into the second half of their schedule, which I think is a little tough for them. But let's give quick thoughts on yesterday's game. Pretty good game, pretty solid defensive effort from both of those teams. Like the fact that Carolina now has 12 sacks in the past two games, and the question will be, how can this team continue and how will that defensive performance continue? So before I looked in depth into it, I was thinking, well, you know, we got a good chance for a run on the second half with this team because we have so many of the players from last season. But if I look a little bit deeper into it, I'm not as optimistic about this team running the tables and having a lot of success. I believe that they can be successful. I believe that fans will be more happy about the play and will have some better play. But honestly, we have a tough remaining schedule to make it over that hump and to get into the playoffs. Specifically, 3 out of the next 4 teams that we play only have 2 losses. Kansas City, the Oakland Raiders, and the Seattle Seahawks. Even though the Seahawks have a tie, they still only have 2 losses. All very, very solid teams. Now, Carolina Panthers, let's look at the playoff chances just with their division. They're also 2 games back of Atlanta, which is technically 3 games back to really get in front of them and get into position to take that NFC South lead, which would get them into the playoffs. So how hard is that? Well, again, you've already lost to the Atlanta Falcons. That's why I say you got to do 3, because you've already lost to everybody in the division. So your tiebreakers are pretty weak. And in order to surpass them, you can't be tied. You have to be ahead of them. Atlanta, let's see their current record. I'm trying to find it here quickly. I'm probably not going to find it because I need to find it. Here we go, I found it. Atlanta Falcons are 6-3. We stand at 3-5. So it's tough. What I do like is, again, this defense is getting better. The secondary, they still are having some troubles with, I know James Bradberry has some troubles with the double move, so I think that's something that teams are going to look to continue to explore. And what's going to be the litmus test will we continue to get that pressure from the front line? If we do, then the secondary will continue to have some grace, if you will, from that front pressure given. If they don't, if they kind of go back to maybe even just being solid, I don't know if the secondary will be able to take some of the tests that we have remaining with these games and teams coming up. So that's my take on it. You guys, I always invite you to like the video on YouTube. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and always welcome you guys to leave your comments. It's Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe.